and welcome to Squad, your favorite source for everything esports and gaming. I'm Lisa Dwan, and tonight we decided to take a break from celebrating the Raptors win to bring you some good esports stuff. So first we have Ron and Brody debating the latest in Unmuted, and in Esports in 30, it's double FPS Friday. But first, it's time for some spicy plays, so let's get it.
All too common at high-level play like this.
Elegant literally did the smash forward. He started like right from go. Elegant ran up to him and just grabbed him, and there goes the second stock. Yikes. Elegant is riding this momentum off the win in loser semis, man.
This man is just coming through.
No, not
like
again.
Straight
Are you
up
dead?
Buzzsaw. Oh
no,
my goodness.
You're not dead. You just took 70 though.
You did. Make it 95. Is this gonna be a 3-stock?
Elegant.
Are we gonna get the 3-stock?
Elegant.
Finds the pullback on Citro, not the stun up. They're gonna go for the play right now. Fear comes in, finds two. The stun on top. Is this the fight that TSM needs? But Viper charges right back in. It's venomous. 4 kills, and the stopwatch stops the reset. So nothing comes through for Pyke. It's 4 for 0, and FlyQuest will wreak havoc.
On top of this high ground here, Zai's gonna jump in onto Sumail.
Actually lands onto the SF. He pops his BKB, picks up the bounty rune. S4 in the back line. Look at that dream coil. Locking down the 4 of them. There's gonna be the BKB activated, but they're wasting so much time trying to kill S4. Meanwhile, Chris is controlling up everybody right now. Yabzor, the last shot to the high ground's gonna be able to find him for the ultra kill.
He wants
on Sumail, and now a silent slowdown onto mid-1, who no longer has his BKB. What a setup from S4 with just a beautiful initiation.
The other players working their way in.
There you go. We found him.
Somehow, you can see right there, Halls is going to crawl his way into his own death, but Lucan and Reduct bringing this back. Lucan's still hiding in the corner as well. It's another down coming in. The interrogation! No! Let's see it! There it goes! And the last player from 92 Dream Team is going to be revealed. They know exactly where the Dokkaebi is going to be at, meaning it's an easy elimination and another absolutely insane round from these teams.
How aggressively are they? Oh, they're playing it super aggressively. They're doing it. Nobody would have expected the EMP to be there. Full team EMP from Eileen.
Really good timing.
Might win, yeah.
That speed boost on the Lucio, bringing everyone around. They were hiding behind that wall, so a surprise attack from the Guangzhou charge. And
first one, they're going to wrap around the short position. So far, so good. Only Keisarato's facing, so Yuri's baiting his teammate. So, that's disgusting from Keisarato. How is this turning around? His teammate's still just waiting there. He gets taken out. Keisarato will deliver all the kills. What a ridiculous ace.
So, love it fight and shoot at Sobo to not get forced dog. Not a fight you want to be having.
Dash attack into up tilt, and now he's just carrying him.
Oh, this is
the most brutal.
This is
it's still going.
Oh my goodness, that was an absolutely disgusting
was
Sobo combo.
Just recently taken that safe lane tower. Oh, Puppy. Gonna start this right now. Zai with the Invis rune. Puppy really wants to force these heroes into a bad position. That's where the Raptors go. The 3-man Black Hole setup with the Ember Spirit jumping in on top. A beautiful team fight, all baited by Captain Puppy.
With the Nano Boost, he was taking a lot of damage from those darts, and now Surefall, he's in a great spot to get the damage done. And from long range, the Mortifier rings in, and he gets 2 for 1 in the last shot. Surefall with 4, and Dallas Fuel hit the floor.
To do when your opponent is just starving you of every possible resource.
nice spell shot there from Arrow. Small chunk, but there it is.
Oh, what a Zodius from Crown! Flashes out of the way, Viper finds an ulti, but that's going to be all she wrote on this one. Optic just play it perfect from minute 1 to minute 31.
And worship. Hold on. All right, let's talk about the match. Actually, this is a good match. This is what we're talking about. Aegis comes out. Boy, jump problem next.
Stomp?
Yeah, he's got V-trigger active too. Here we go. Got command grab. Watch out.
Ooh, good dodge, but didn't punish on the way down.
He jumped back, right? Neutral jump would have been enough.
Ooh, but he was airborne.
Yeah, another one. Doesn't care.
Wow, what is he crushing?
Probably backdash, right? He's airborne, probably backdash.
Oh!
Through with trades. Another one! No fear. He knows, dude. He knows. He doesn't care about that damn mirror.
Extra $300 per kill. That's what he's going to be trying to get. That is an extra smoke grenade or HE or flashbang. Let's see if he can get anything else done here. That's beautiful. It's a 1 versus 2 now. Surely not. There's no way that Keisaratu can turn this into a winnable situation. There's still 2 players there. Flashbang out. Goes for another peek. Apex turns away. Can't quite find it. There it is. Alex Lost man standing. Keisaratu. Would you believe it?
Just because Thompson wanted to pop ulti earlier before the stuns came out to zone to kill Rax. TNC get the damage off first, so it's more of a peel. OG didn't feel powerful enough to pursue.
Starts it off, knew that Tims was going to initiate in the raw Soulmine again. Soulmine came a little bit later, however.
Oh my god, the fatal bond!
The fatal
I told you!
They have just destroyed them!
Welcome to Unmuted. We got your game and esports hot topics, hot tweets, and spicy memes. Hi, I'm Brody Lamour.
And I am Ronald Lee. And today we're going to be looking at all the goodies we gathered, and we're going to be arguing, and we're going to be smashing this big button because we're going to be angry. Do it. Waste it
No, I'm not wasting that right now. Shout out to chat, though. We like it when you call us out when we're wrong and praise us when we're spitting truth. So let's dive right into her. Our first story features a juicy rumor about the future of the Houston Outlaws. According to a new report, former Optic Gaming CEO Hecz is looking to purchase the Outlaws in order to start a new esports team. Since the Outlaws were included as part of the Optic purchase by Immortals Gaming Club earlier this week, the team needs to find a new owner because an org can't own 2 Overwatch League teams at the same time. The question is, will it be the former owner or someone else? That is, Ron, that's quite an interesting situation.
Yeah.
You get bought out, but then you might get your team back.
Yeah. So here's something really interesting, actually. Okay. I know we're not doing Esports in 30 and covering Overwatch League, but last night, Houston Outlaws played San Francisco Shock and actually won 3-2. And San Francisco Shock are like the best team right now. Yeah. Houston was not very good at all, but they scrapped it out and they won. So everyone's saying like, oh my God, Valiant ownership is like the power of money brings team success. So whoever does actually purchase the Outlaw spot, I hope they can equal the amount of success with big green bucks.
So the question is, do you think that's going to end up being Hecz? Like, do you think it's going to go back to its original ownership, or do you think someone else is going to dive in there now? Because and I wonder what the cost of the team is like now that the whole overall franchise, the pricing's gone up for those slots, right?
I guess it's like whatever they appraise the value of the Outlaws to be.
$5.
Well, definitely not.
Well, maybe $6 now.
You're missing quite a few zeros there. I don't know much about Hecz. I know a lot of people like him, and I know a lot of people that were with Greenwall before. After he kind of jumped ship, they also jumped shipped with him. So I'd like to see like that nice, wholesome story where he comes back and has this resurgence and finds success again. That'd be really cool for the league, and it would really spur on a story and bring old fans back in and bring publicity to the team.
So I wonder if do you think it'd be good if orgs could own multiple teams though? Because then maybe you could dump a lot of. But then, as you said, a bunch of teams might be doing better if you're just dumping money into them.
Just ask the investors for that. Just give us money, we'll succeed. That's all you have to do.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Hey, investors, invest money in me.
I mean, that's
so I
basically
can buy
what it
an
is.
Overwatch League team.
I mean, do you have 60 million? How about we start a fundraiser? Go Start Me. What do they call it? The things.
GoFundMe?
GoFundMes? Yeah.
I'm killing this idea right now. We're not going to be able to sell anything to anybody at all.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the next topic. In League of Legends, sometimes you got to do what you got to do to win. But streamer TF Blade, his dedication to winning did not earn him, his fans, or his community a lot of praise. That's because in one match, he purposely killed himself at the enemy base to give a disconnected player XP. This was to start an opposing team from remaking the game, since they were facing a 4v5 game otherwise. Sure enough, TF Blade's team won, and to say League fans aren't happy about it would be a big understatement.
Oh, that is interesting.
It's competition, man. It's competition.
That is a brilliant strat.
He exploited the system. I don't think we should be like, oh, boo, TF Blade. We should say like, wow, you found a way to exploit the system. That's something that could be really dangerous in the future. Let's patch that. Right?
Yo, that's brilliant. Why would nobody like you? Why would people get mad at that? If you're mad at this guy for doing what's in the game, like
it's within the bounds of the game.
You got an opportunity to exploit a little like loophole to make sure that you have an advantage in a game without cheating. then do it. That wasn't cheating. Now, if he was in there and you told me that he was using like, macros and stuff to be able to accomplish that,
yeah, totally different.
That's a different story. Yeah. But
these are within the confines of the game itself. And also, like, don't get mad at him. He's trying to win. It's a competitive environment. Be mad at, like, the dude's team. This is why you never use all chat. This is why you don't announce that, oh man, we got to AFK, go next. Because really good players like TF Blade, he's challenger level. He's going to be like, oh, you know what? Let's do this. Let's mess with him a little bit.
The question is now, do you think that this is something that should be patched by a developer, like something that should be fixed because it is exploitable, or should it just be left in the game?
I think the system needs to have, lighter rules in mind. They should maybe make it so, like, if someone goes to your fountain that early in the game and dies, they try to kind of recreate what he did, they have like a failsafe that like still allows it to be remade. But he like pointed out that, again, there's that loophole there. I really think it's actually well crafted. This is a really my problem, because in games like Overwatch, the lever system is like so much worse. How it works is like, I think if someone disconnects within the first 10 seconds, or sorry, 1 minute, and the game doesn't, even if
it just kills the game.
Yeah, you can't reset it like.
So maybe League should have that too?
No, okay. I like League System more. I'm gonna say I like League System more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I thought it was brilliant. No hate on the man. Anyways, next up, we've got some Overwatch World Cup announcements. Blizzard revealed the national committees for all the teams eligible to compete in the World Cup, as well as who the top 10 teams are. Here's the catch, though. While more than 10 teams will compete in the World Cup, Blizzard is only paying for those top 10 teams to compete. That's because there are no qualifying stages this year. The World Cup will only be held at BlizzCon, and if a team wants to compete outside the top 10, they have to suck it up and spend some cash. Yes. Now, Ron, as someone in the OW scene, do you agree with this approach from Blizzard, or do you think they should be covering more teams?
So there's pros and cons to this, right?
Okay.
They're opening up the kind of the amount of teams that could potentially compete, because any team has like the opportunity, so long as they can kind of scrap together the funds, right? Only paying for the top 10.
It's a lot of money. It's not just scrapping together money.
Yeah,
that is a lot of money.
It's the campaign. It's to get your guys the flights. It's to make sure they have like their passports in order and all that sort of thing, right? But like traditionally, I don't think this changes too much, because typically a lot of the teams from less funded regions and stuff like that aren't as competitive. I think no matter what, regardless if they did this, we'd probably see the same top 10 teams attending more or less anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you're going to have a World Cup, should you not be representing as many places as possible?
The games aren't going to be even, and it's not going to be fun for those countries to come and get stopped. Like, I get that argument, and I've actually spoken to a friend about this, but it's not going to be fun for, say, I don't want to throw a country under the table. Let's just pick,
I mean, if they're bad, they're bad.
Turkey or Chile or something, like just like a region with typically less support. Like typically the Latin American communities don't get as much official support.
But that's why maybe they should be getting the support here, because then that helps develop those regions.
Blizzard will have to be actually playing favorites and catering to a specific region. You might be saying, well, they're already catering, but they're not. It's based on merit. It's based on the top 10 that
I guess, but I feel
previous
I feel like a
successes.
World Cup should definitely be to help promote talent around the world.
That's great for Canada.
So the teams that have money shouldn't be getting favoritism here. It should be the teams that don't have the money that should be supported.
Those teams will get supported and go and get smashed, and no one wants to watch USA, Korea, and Canada walk over the other 20 teams.
But they're going to keep getting smashed if they can't keep going to these tournaments and getting experience.
That's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true. I think they can make it homegrown and advanced if they really tried.
What? Okay, just get money.
All right, well, agree to disagree. Let's talk about our last story, which actually features Valve doing something for once. Namely, it just released the standalone version of the popular Dota mod, Dota Auto Chess, out of nowhere. It's called Dota Underlords, and it's currently available for Dota 2. So what is he doing? He's competing to see like what the community favors. He's like, my original version or Valve's knockoff.
So I feel like that's, ultimately that's what it's going to come down to. I mean, like, his original version, though, won't be able to use the IP of Dota, right? Like, it won't be able to use any of the characters from it, whereas Dota's will be able to use those characters. So they do have some sort of pull in there. I guess the question is, do you really think that if people invest a lot of time to a game that's already out, Auto Chess app is already out, do you think they're going to want to transfer over into Dota's?
That's a really hard question. I'm on the fence here. I mean, I would love to, if I played Dota Auto Chess, which I don't.
I'm not going to even play it, so I can't
it's complicated. I don't like RNG, right? But if I did play, I'd probably want to support the original and see kind of where it sprouts us from there. Because I've seen, like Valve creates great stuff, not like any offense to them. But it's such a brilliant thing to kind of see like come out of nowhere, and I'd love to support them and see where it goes further.
But either way, neither one of us are going to play it because too much RNG, right?
Right. RNG sucks.
All right, now it's time to check in with streamers and clip it. First up, erob221 takes his stream to the basketball court to prove he's not bad at basketball.
Why are you trying to go so hard today? Because I embarrassed myself last time. People think I suck at basketball. I don't. You do suck. You just got nutmeg. You just got nutmeg. Bitch.
Just the solid, just so at the end is so good. Yo, he's got wrecked. That's embarrassing.
I mean,
can we press F in chat for this man's?
I mean, like this basketball wasn't impressive to me because we just watched the Raptors game last night. Right?
Oh, fair, yeah.
So like that was small time stuff. Like we've seen more embarrassing things happen to the Golden State. So you know, this guy has nothing to be embarrassed about.
I don't know. I don't even play basketball, and that was pretty embarrassing to me.
Really?
So
you don't think he like owned it a little bit?
I mean, you know his chat was ripping into him, that's for sure. But that's what chat's for, right?
Yes, I mean, it's part of the fun to play into it, you know? Like, I think good streamers know what they're doing. They'll say something, they know it could bite them in the butt, but as long as you receive it well, it actually makes you more popular and more likable. Like, a lot of actors, I think, that are really charismatic will typically do this. They'll, like, say something mean, right? But then, like, another co-star will give them, like, an alley-oop to, like, redeem themselves.
This is why I just don't do anything that I'm not good at. Then
You're not good at a lot of stuff. You should just
I know, that's why I don't do anything.
No, you're good at Rocket League.
Nope.
Oh, you're good at
Move
that.
on, stop talking about how I'm
all right,
bad.
let's keep going. Okay, I'm trying to give you an up.
No.
But next up, you know, let's continue watching this panel from E3 where Eris gives his thoughts on the show.
More E3 Coliseum coming right up. Stick around.
That sucked. Oh, every time, dude. Nintendo Square. Dude, I'm never streaming again. Everything sucks this E3. I was the most optimistic guy last week, dude. Everyone was like, this E3 sucks. Psh, I was the most optimistic. Can you believe I just watched that? The Simpsons? 30 years of video games. Man, dude. This is brutal.
Oh,
I don't know.
Fan, dude.
I'm gonna have to disagree. There was there was poop as well. I mean, like, just look at
every
Ubisoft's
E3 has
Just
its
Dance,
winners and losers. Yeah, Just Dance was bad. I was very vocal about my dislike for the
But
Just
we
Dance.
know that happens every year, so it's fine. We know it's gonna.
It's to be expected.
Man, like I thought this year's E3 was pretty
good.
solid. I mean,
Yeah.
like we saw some good stuff from. I don't really care personally about Breath of the Wild and stuff, but you know.
I'm so excited for the sequel.
That's what I'm saying.
I know Camille must be and a bunch of other people in the office.
Smash, they're getting what they want.
Yes.
And then, of course, with more Cyberpunk we saw.
Yeah.
Like, you just put
Ghostwire
Cyberpunk in.
Tokyo.
We don't know much about it yet, but it still looks sick.
Beautiful. Yeah, I trust the devs.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of and Grandma Gang in Watch Dogs.
You know, I was there's so many good things out this year. I can't believe he said it was bad. I wholeheartely disagree with that. I think if you think it's bad, you have bad taste. You probably play bad games. You know, like you have a poor palate, and you and Brody might actually get along because Rocket League is also a bad game.
Wow, that was out of nowhere and completely unnecessary. I want to mute you, but I don't know. I want more mutes.
You gonna leave it? You're gonna leave it?
Yeah, for now.
You're gonna move on
for now. It's because right now it's time. Again, we're taking a dive to the deep depths of the vast ocean that we call Twitter to bring you the very best tweets from that the pros have to offer. Welcome to Profound Thoughts. Our first tweet hails from professional Fortnite player Myth. He says, out of all the esports communities in the world, I would not like to ever have beef with the Gears community. Y'all are some diesel mother effers, and I'm not trying to lose a limb. Yo, that's
so
real
true.
though. Gears trash talk is on point, dude.
Everyone's seen that clip of that one guy that's like, put your bank account on it. Put your wallet on it. And he goes, yeah.
No, Gears has been on point. Is there, like, Gears aside, is there any esports scene that you wouldn't want to mess with?
Oh, the FGC. They're so close, and like all these guys have watched people fight for like decades. They probably picked up some moves.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like top players in Street Fighter can actually harness energy and fire like the tokens.
I've seen it. Drew does it all the time. That's his warm up before coming on the show.
I've always asked him to show me, and he's like, no, I can't. You know, it's like you know, and he's like, you don't know. I don't have the street cred.
You only know if you know, but you don't know, I guess.
So here's the thing. He says I don't have the street cred, right? But we went into Green Room the other day, and we played Smash, and I whooped everyone's butt. I come from a shooter background, but I was the best guy on that couch.
But is Smash really a fighting game?
It is a fighting game. It's more than a party game. I wanted to mute you for that, but you're lucky we don't have enough time for me to do that. I want to move on. So our next tweet is from Twitch streamer Curious Jess with a very enlightening revelation. The tweet says, best part of being an adult is not having to explain your microtransactions to anybody.
Yes, you do. Do not give in. Do not be weak.
You do if you're married.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
You do if you're married. You probably have that joint bank account.
Why are we missing hundreds of dollars from our bank account,
Just
honey?
100?
Where's
Just
all our no, hundreds.
So, wait, so you want to hear a really embarrassing thing from me?
Yes, tell me all your embarrassing stories.
I used to play League of Legends, right?
Okay, oh, that is embarrassing, wow.
Oh my God, Lisa's gonna be mad. Okay, so here's the thing. You can actually send them a ticket and request for them to tell you how much money that you spent on the game through like the entire like playtime.
Yeah.
So I've played from like season 2 to like season 7. Or so, and I was like, oh, it can't be that much. I spend like maybe like $50 a year at most. It's not crazy.
Yeah.
I've spent chat $1,000 on a free game, and the $1,000 doesn't give you any sort of benefit at all. It's just purely cosmetic.
If
my spouse found out, she would like. I would lose my marbles.
We have evidence now. You just screwed up.
Oh my God, I made a horrible mistake.
Let's fast forward so she can't find out. Our last tweet of the day is also a revelation, but not quite as enlightening. Here's a tweet from Overwatch player Stratus. It says, wait, iced coffee with goldfish tastes amazing. Well, I mean, like, I'm all about Frosties and What? Why do you have iced coffee?
So,
Ron.
So you remember the other time we did Prize and Punishment like a long time ago in an old show. I had a pickle soda.
Yes, you did.
Right? And everyone's like, it's gonna be gross. Don't do it.
But you enjoyed it.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. So
don't tell me you think this is gonna work.
I mean, the only way to become a fuller, more complete human being is by stepping outside of your comfort zone. And
oh God.
You know
do you have
what?
goldfish down there too?
I have more than just a single goldfish. I have quite a large number.
So how does this work? Do you like?
He did not specify the instructions.
Is it cup like a soup in a cup, or is it like you pour it in like cereal?
I think like go big or go home, right? Like honestly, like.
No, you need to get some ice. Okay, let's do. Stop.
Should I push it in a little bit?
Oh, it's gonna be soggy. No. You
it's like cereal. It's like cereal. You just have to go in with it, right? This desk is a mess now, but Stratus, this better work out.
Ron? Is it good? Oh, that's so gross. He's going in. It must be good. He's going in. No. Is it good?
No, wait. Okay. Okay, really good.
This is really gross.
No, I get my fingers in it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, get me over.
That's too much for you, dude. I just started thinking about your dirty fingers in there. Let's get out of this. Let's move on. It's time for some crowd control. So everyone is stoked to see Banjo and Smash, but I don't know if anyone has thought about what Kirby will look like when he sucks up Banjo. Illizen had our answer, though. Honestly, here's all the Dragon Quest, guys. That is brilliant. Some people think it's just gonna be the eyes. He's not on this. Well, from that or from the goldfish?
Kirby's gonna throw up too. He can suck up anything, but not this.
Oh my God.
I was giving it a chance. The aftertaste is disgusting.
The first taste was disgusting.
It was okay. I think, you know what? The saltiness on my fingertips really helps match the saltiness of the goldfish.
All right, Kirby, stay away from that snack, dude. Go back to Frosties and fries.
Back to Dreamland?
Yeah.
All right,
Jesus.
well, I'm definitely in Nightmare Land now. Let's go on to the next topic. Well, I have something in my mouth. I'm so sorry. Me and Brody have been on the desk together all week, and I like to think that we're more on the same wavelength now, especially after that drink. But we still always argue about what to get for lunch, maybe even more so today. But OG1Ts provided us with the perfect solution on what to eat.
Oh my God.
This is
genius. Dude.
We get into a fight in the office every day about, I want
to be healthy today. I'm only gonna get one Baconator.
One Baconator. Oh yeah, like, do we want Burger King? Do we want Wendy's?
This is a literal food fight.
Do we? It is literal.
Can we talk about? Who
do you put your bet on?
Well, I already know what the outcome was because he did give us an update. So I'm gonna put my bet on mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese?
Because mac and cheese. And he's like, yep, so I'm cooking up some KD right now.
Oh, we should do this later in the green room. We should set up Smash Bros. Or whatever.
We are not putting goldfish and iced coffee on the list.
Oh my God, that'd
No.
be brilliant. Let's just make a bunch of, okay, flip side, put a bunch of gross things, and then the winner of like whatever that suggestion is, everyone else has to try it, but the person that created it in the menu.
You don't get to have any more ideas, Ron. You're out of the idea poll right now. It's just us. Our last post is a slightly older video, but it's worth to bring back up because I don't think enough people have seen this.
This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is it.
Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it, people?
It's a disaster! No one has ever done that. No one has ever done that.
Oh! Don't wait, Daddy!
And he runs out with style.
Death, what the hell? What on earth is going on?
He catches everyone. Oh, this could be a total disaster.
So if you're into esports, you may have noticed a couple familiar lines there. He took a bunch of esports casters calls.
I had like flashbacks to those moments in like various games and stuff like that. But that's brilliant. I love that.
He actually had a near the end of it. The full video is a bit longer. You can go check it out. But he actually had the "Where you at? Where you at?" Happy Feet, the original, the OG Smash
the Melee
one in there. And it was the guy was just looking for his puppy. He didn't know where his dog was. Where are you at? Oh.
Do you think he was inspired like to animate these things like that happened to him in real life at all? You think he was actually like chased by a shark or woken by his puppy?
Oh, absolutely. He's probably lived a very, very thorough life. He's been able to come up with those ideas.
My life seems so mundane compared to his then. I mean, like the like weirdest it gets here.
Not anymore.
That's true. I think I am quite more of a complete human being nowadays.
You are. But I don't know about later, though. You're definitely going to be falling apart when that gets to you. Anyways, that's it from you. To remember that you can always hit us up on our socials just to say hi or send us stuff to react to. Check out all our socials at Squad State for everything esports.
Put you off of your position. Oh! Speed kills. No, I hesitated there. I should have just jumped up. No!
I faked you. I faked you. Look at how slow this goes. 11 miles per hour.
Remember, you can catch the whole VOD of The Green Room on Twitch right now. And while you're there, why don't you subscribe to get exclusive emotes and badges? Just in a bit, Zurich and Brody will be getting you caught up on all the latest FPS action, including Rainbow Six, with commentator, analyst, official hype man. What else does he do? He does everything with Velly. But first, it's time for me to get you caught up with the news and reported. Week 3 of the 2019 LCS Summer Split hasn't even begun, and 100 Thieves is already looking like a lock for last place. They've lost all 4 of their matches so far, and in a surprising move, are moving Bang and Saligo to its academy team ahead of this weekend's matches. Bang was one of the best AD carries in the world when he played for SKT, but he's struggled since his move to NA. Meanwhile, Saligo's debut split as a starter hasn't been good either. He's statistically one of the worst mid laners in the LCS. Moving these guys down to Academy means that either 100 Thieves will either be using its substitute players or, more intriguing, promoting some Academy players up. In either case, what's the worst thing that can happen? Oh right, they can keep losing. It's a great day to be Rainbow Six Siege player Jonas. That's because after being dropped by G2 Esports last month, he has found a new place to call home. Jonas has joined Mouse Sports as its new 5th man, just under a week before Pro League Season 10 kicks off. It's the first team he's played for outside of G2 in 3 years, during which the team became the best Siege squad in the world. By comparison, Mouse Sports didn't have a great Season 9, but Jonas could provide some much-needed experience to take them to the next level. All I know is that Pro League Season 10 just got a lot more spicy. If you're a fan of Nintendo's official brand of Super Smash Bros. Competitions, you're in luck. Nintendo announced that the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Online Open will kick off later this month. Anyone is eligible to enter starting on June 29th, and it has a pretty sweet prize. The top 4 players will get an all-expenses-paid trip to EVO 2019, where they will compete in the Smash Ultimate Tournament. In typical Nintendo fashion, the lack of details means we don't know if the rule set will allow items or what the competition at EVO will look like. But it's still an awesome prize to compete for, and we'll likely hear more details in the coming weeks. Finally, after years of teases and saying absolutely nothing, Square Enix has announced the release date for the Final Fantasy VII Remake. It comes out on March 3rd, 2020. That's great, but it does come with some caveats. The first of which is that this is only the first part of the remake. It will focus exclusively on Midgar, which is the first major area in the original game, and represents maybe 1/10 of the total explorable area in it. Now, Square Enix did say that the remake would expand the original, bragging that this first part was just as long as other mainline Final Fantasy games. As for when the next parts will come out, Square Enix doesn't even know when or how many parts there will be. Yeah, this is really confusing, but at least we have a date to mark down on our calendars.
Careful about how he proceeds. Still looking for the second pickup here. So their opponent going to be joining. Jumps onto the counter defuse. This is going to be hard to pull off. Enemy not pushing onto it, but it's Feral that gets the last kill. And Team Secret are your winners of the Allied Esports Rainbow Six Minor.
He's going to move into the angle, but K-Structor might look the wrong way. Apex, can he deliver the kill? He can! Vitality win ECS Season 7 Finals, London 2019.
What's up and how's it going, people? Welcome to Esports in 30 FPS Friday edition. Now, Marissa has abandoned us, thankfully, and went to E3, so I'm here with Zurich. Finally, we get to chill out on the couch. How you doing?
I'm pretty good, man. After the Raptors, just let's go championship. That's nuts. It's weird. It's like a dream.
So you got the energy now. You ready to talk some FPS?
I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped. This was just a good week. A good week for FPS, a good week for Toronto, you know, and we're here. We're living it right now. We're in here, so let's get into it.
Well, Zurich, why don't we get into it? We got 2 tournaments to talk about today, but we're going to start with Rainbow Six because over in Vegas, the Allied Esports Minor was popping off, and we've got Velly Cardwell calling in just 1 second to talk all about it. Until then, roll the frag reel.
The top side control has been phenomenal. And Leon turns around into Leech PSK. Able to moving in. Right, he's gonna be able to walk in right behind him. Able to sneak up a kill on Julio. Oh my God! All of a sudden, NIP is just folded like a lawn chair. All 4 down.
Get it home, but Fultz is getting aggressive here. He's going to take down Moringa. Thinking he's going to stick this. Ness going to find Charla. It's all going down right now. Ness claims yet another. It's Nesk inside of the site.
It's still hiding in the corner as well. It's another down coming in. The interrogation. Let's see it. There it goes. And the last player from 92 Dream Team is going to be revealed. They know exactly where the Dokkaebi is going to be at.
Coach, just a little bit. Moringa's going to get the kill on Bosco. This is going to be the 1v1. It's going to be all of the votes. Bolts gets the clutch.
The first kill is going to come to Revan. But Leon, he's going to go ahead and get the refrag, giving the odds, and the diffuser's going down already with 1:23 seconds left to go. As Leon gets yet another kill. The F2 is putting in work. Looking for the 30s, unable to get in. Surboss shuts him down, leaving Penta in a 1v3.
Rogue's power continues to decrease. An aggressive push from Shuttle. It works out well. He knows the plan's happening too. He's going to be able to pick up 2 more off of that.
3v2 for NIP. Even doing 2v2.
Here we go.
The diffuser's down. He's going to have to
Oh my. When you talk about cutting it close.
They played it perfect,
This team, he's been clutching it, bring it home.
Line, no, Line goes for the run now. He's gonna get taken out. Red Group goes down as well, leaving 1 player.
Wow, there it is!
For Chaos.
The first kill does get them off the diffuser, lines it up, and I believe he's nearly done it. Acid gonna be very low now and trying to pull this off with the time. He could just play into that. No, Acid gets it anyway. Rise, steal the round. Looks to try and quickly shut this down. We're gonna see asphyxiation ball move in. It's not good enough damage. They're not gonna be able to get it. All team one.
Straight to his left, running in with
my God.
Able to get a double kill. Bosco taking out Crips.
And Red Group Sweet. With a player outside the window, he knows it.
Got him.
He's gonna jump in. Bosso's gonna get the 3K.
It's way down. We can see Corey trying to get into position over by Piano. They have the hard ping onto the planter. Are they gonna be able to find the kill in time? He gets some, but unfortunately, he's not gonna be able to stop the plant from happening. Still managed to get the down. Immediately drops on, confirms the kill. He's wedged himself though, whether he realizes it or not. He's got to be very careful about how he proceeds. Still looking for the second pickup here. So their opponent going to be joining. Jumps onto the counter defuse. This is going to be hard to pull off. His enemy not pushing onto it, but it's Feral that gets the last kill. And Team Secret are your winners of the Allied Esports Rainbow Six Minor.
It's been a tough 2019 for Team Secret, but I'm sure they're feeling just a little bit better now that they've hoisted that trophy. On the line with us to talk Secret and all things from the Allied Esports Minor, we got Velly. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man? It feels great to be here. Thanks for having me on.
No, thank you for joining us. Because,
it's our pleasure.
That event was pretty interesting, you know, but you have to start from the top, obviously, with Team Secret because they just took this entire tournament by storm. They really needed this win considering their 2019 showing wasn't really, you know, that good. But how did a little disappointing. But how did a team come together in this land to take it all?
I mean, so pretty much you hit the nail on the head. They were pretty trash coming into this tournament, man. No, just playing, but they've gone through some hardships. It was pretty much growing pains. You had a player retiring, and they had 2 new pickups, and then they were relegated outside of Pro League. So the whole team was just looking down. Coming into this event, no one really expected them to do as well as they did, but their story was phenomenal. The fact that they were able to go throughout the entire tournament, lose only 1 map, and that was in the finals. And winning that, it was pretty much like a rebirth story. And it was beautiful, man. If you ever watch these type of tournaments, you always want to root for the teams with the best stories, and it was perfect.
Well, can you talk to me about part of that story then, excuse me, was Feral, who's, I was told recently was an analyst for G2. Can you talk to me about his performance at this event and how he fit in?
Feral was insane. So the star of the team that everybody watches when it comes to kills is Leon. But behind Leon, or right next to Leon, was the newcomer Feral, and he had so many clutch moments and closed out big rounds. When you look at Siege, like you can see his personality through his gameplay. He was an opportunist. Whenever he saw a big opportunity, he came in, clutched around, and went absolutely big for his team. So you gotta love Feral. And him, I believe he was a tryout for Team Secret, and after they won this tournament, I think he's officially on the team, so you'll love to see it.
Now, on that note, I feel like in most esports, generally, you know, the commentators, analysts, and that have a decently high skill level, but I feel like in R6, it's almost like required. And I feel like most of these, you know, analysts, casters, and everybody can almost jump in and start playing. Is that true?
So I can't speak on behalf of everyone else that casts because I suck and I'm the new guy. But the one thing that really drew me into Siege is that coaches and people that are really smart at the game, they can jump in and be amazing. For instance, my very first Rainbow Six event was in December at the US Nationals in Las Vegas, and Evil Geniuses, the #1 team in NA, one of their players couldn't show up, one of their best players couldn't show up. So their coach filled in, and their coach was like the best player of the entire tournament. So that's pretty much the appeal of Siege, is less of being just a savage with your gun and more of who's the smartest person on the field at the moment. And that's why it's appealed to most of the fans that we have today.
That's cool. I think it's really cool. It's like, it also helps the team save money because your coach is also your sub, right?
Yeah, he's already part of the payroll. Yeah. Speaking of popping off and players playing really well, the entire Europe pretty much just popped off. Live and Chaos had solid showings. Break down EU's strong showing here in Vegas.
EU is ridiculous. The competition in Europe is just stupid because, okay, you have the #1 team, which is G2. They're like, think of them as the final boss of Rainbow Six, to where they win everything, and it's so annoying. So recently there was a major, and there was a new team in Europe that was on the rise called Team Empire. They took G2 all the way down the line. They lost in the finals, but they won the very next major, which was the Pro League finals. So coming into this event, you saw a lot of more European teams stepping up. Team Secret winning, Lestream going off. So Europe is so good at the game, it's actually annoying. I hate them because you know the EU and NA rivalry. It's like I want NA to be so much better, but Europe, they're stacked when it comes to depth. Everybody's good, so you love to see the competition.
Yeah, let's talk about actually NA now because they were.
It's like, no.
Yeah, well, they were kind of a mixed bag, as you said. Rogue and SSG both looked pretty solid in groups, but pretty much just got 2-0'd in the quarterfinals, and Dark Zero was there, you know. But
they showed up.
Yeah, they showed up. They attended the event. But what held the hometown hopes in Vegas for these NA heroes?
That's actually a really good question. We can mark it off to chemistry because Dark Zero, they were one of the top teams in NA, I believe top 2 in Pro League. They had a new pickup, and that guy was statistically the best player in America, but they went 1-3. So it's like, okay, is that chemistry? Is it strats? Like, is he not fitting in well? Space Station Gaming went pretty far along with Roll, but they fell short towards the end. But you can't really blame it on them. The level of competition and the quality of teams that they played against were actually phenomenal. So you wouldn't call it an upset or really, you know, point the finger at NA and say, you guys suck in America. But it was more of they ran against good teams and they weren't the better team that day.
So now that we've kind of touched on both regions, I want to see it, or just ask on their play styles. I mean, in a lot of esports, it seems that, you know, North America is kind of the aggro. Europe's got a bit more of the smarts behind them. Is that true to this scene as well, or is it just what operators that they're using that's, you know, making Europe look so crazy?
I like the last part that you used. I would say that the operator use is pretty good for both regions. I feel like Europe does it well because they're more strategic and they're a lot laid back. They make you come to them and they predict the pace and the play style. In America, we do have a lot more flashy players, and I feel like, okay, so talking to the OGs and the pros, a lot of people say that Americans play selfish, and I'm not gonna come out and say that because I'm still learning as the new guy, but I would say that you have kind of like a star thing going on in America. You have a few standout players, and I don't know, maybe that type of play style isn't coming up well against Europeans. That could be one thing to blame. But the Brazilians, another region we didn't mention, they're extremely aggressive, and they fall against the European teams the same way America does. So the question you asked is really good, and it's something to really think about for you know, the next few days.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Keep your brains on it, I guess. But yeah, and as we got to see a bunch of teams that recently qualified for the Pro League on LAN, including Sonic's 92 Dream Team and Team Vitality. Based on their performance at this minor, what can we expect of them in Season 10 of Pro League?
Nothing less than amazingness, if that's even a word.
I thought you were going to stop at nothing. I'm like, oh.
Nothing.
I was thinking of an insane word. That was the first that popped in my head. I don't know why. But it was a really good showing. When you saw 92 Dream Team, a lot of people expect them to just come up and get slapped. But they actually gave good teams, you know, a run for their money. Sonics, unfortunately, didn't have Goddess, who's their anchor and one of my favorite players in the team. So they didn't do too well, but we've seen them play online. We've seen them play against pro teams. So I would say that Pro League next season should have way more competition than before. So judging them off of this last LAN, I don't think would really be fair. I need to see more. I need to see more footage.
That's fair.
Yeah. Let's move on to Team Liquid, who rose all the way to 3rd place, and they kind of needed another positive result. How important do you think was this moving forward for Liquid, considering Moringa just joined in at the end of May?
Okay, so Moringa replaced a legendary player in Zig. He was their support player, and I believe he was one of the best support players in the game, if not the game, then the region. So Moringa, he played extremely well, in my opinion. But I would say that this is kind of disappointing for Team Liquid, because Team Liquid, they've been at it in a place where, okay, they get 3rd place at one major and then 3rd place at the mine, and they're not able to get all the way towards the end to the finals. And so heading into this event, we're expecting Team Liquid to really be the best team here. We expect them to be in the finals. Being the last Latin American, you know, representative in the semis, they fell short. And it was so sad to see. Unfortunately, they lost against the champions. But Nesk and the others, they had such a great showing I'm hoping that they could really pick things up because the Latin Americans in this game, they're fiery, man.
Okay, I want to talk about meta a bit, just because, like, again, I'm someone looking from the outside, and it is hard to keep up with meta of all the esports sometimes. So I want you to kind of teach me here, give me some lessons. So we've been seeing a lot of them. Forgive me if I say the name was Cade. Yeah, Cade,
Yes.
and Nova as well in the mix. What's your take on the state of the game right now and just the use of these operators?
The use of the operators in the meta is extremely in-depth, and the learning curve to get into Rainbow Siege is pretty tough. I, for one, would know. So the meta is pretty intense because you have the ban phase, I love it, but each operator cancels out the other except for a few exceptions. So when you look at Kaid, he's a counter for operators such as Thermite. So he protects doors from getting, knocked down so the attackers will come into the site. So when it comes to meta, it's pretty much the use of the operators and how you present your strategy, if that makes sense. This isn't like Overwatch or Call of Duty where you can jump in the game and be amazing. This game is so different because you have to play smart. It's a chess game. And then on top of that, your aim has to be absolutely stupid. So I would say we don't have enough time to talk about the meta, but if you have a chance to watch the US Nationals or the Pro League, learn a little bit from the pros because it's way different than what you see in ranked. It'll teach you so much more. This game is so in-depth, and that's why I love it as a shooter.
Now, from Ubisoft's strategy side, you said it's not like Overwatch, but I know Overwatch introduces a lot of heroes to try to help change the meta. Do we see that here too, or do a lot of the operators just get introduced just to counter a specific other operator?
Yeah, you see a lot of, you see a lot of operators that tries to break the meta, but also we see a lot of operators that mimic old operators, but they're like a 2.0 version. So Kaid is Bandit on steroids, to where they both can electrocute walls and stop thermite charges from going off, but Kaid could throw them from a distance. So it's kind of like an evolution in operators the further along we go in the game. And luckily we started a new season where we have 2 new operators. One operator is on defense, he can see through smoke and flashbangs, which counters a lot of annoying operators like Blitz and Ying. And then you have another operator where cameras can't see her on attack. So the meta is consistently changing, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, by the way, Mozzie is finally out, and the way he's gonna change the meta on defense is gonna be amazing because we now have a true slaying roamer that can do just about everything.
So now I don't know, like if I'm to jump into this now, like what are there any like clear right. Are there any clear OP picks that I should be playing and looking at right now? Because I usually go for aggro, but I think that's just because I'm from North America.
No,
but I feel like I shouldn't be doing that.
You gotta be a main Nook now in offense. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, if you come into the game now, you can't run again. If you run again, you're gonna get destroyed. You're gonna get bodied like every single round.
Yeah.
A few OP ops if you want to get used to the game. I would say Echo on defense. He's insane. Echo and Maestro on defense. That way you can play the game at a slower pace, learn how to use your utility and special abilities better. For instance, Echo has these invisible drones that stun people, which is amazing. On offense, if you want to be aggro a little bit, I would say use Ashe or Twitch. That'll be right up your alley.
Okay, good. I was using Ashe when I played, so to know that I can still do that is good.
Yeah, Ashe is straightforward.
All right, cool. I'm done grilling him. You can go now, Zach.
Okay, well, let's talk about the miner in general here, because miners like this are very important for the community, especially for trying to get into the scene like us here, and like the people who are at the top of the ladder and trying to become a pro in the scene. So talk to us about how important these miners and smaller tournaments are, and what is its bigger part or what does it bring towards the bigger part of the R6 scene?
It's pretty simple. Back in my day, I was a pro gamer, and just the grind to get to the top is extremely hard. It's extremely hard. So when you have these major events with $500,000 prize pool, $1 million prize pool, and you're not on the pro team, you kind of want to give up because most of these tournaments are invite only. When you have a ton of miners out there, such as the DreamHacks or the Allied Esports miner, it allows teams that aren't on that pro level yet to still come in and compete. 92 Dream Team, they weren't in Pro League when they were accepted into this tournament. So it allows a lot of up-and-coming teams to really show their worth and really have a chance to go to major tournaments such as the Raleigh USA Major, which is worth $500,000. So I feel like as a game in the community, we need more minors. We need to be able to get the unknown faces out there and make them known, because that's how you grow your community. And if you don't do that, then what do you have? You have to count on the people that aren't just on a pro level. You have to care about the little guys too.
Yeah, you got to have that new talent coming in and challenging everyone. Are we still seeing a lot of that new talent come up and just take the spots of some of the old guard?
Yes, Team Empire. They're full of a bunch of young guys that are just coming into the league and tearing everybody up. You see a lot of new faces, and being one of the new guys as a caster, I came onto the scene along with Spartan, the old Halo, the Halo Pro. I'm not gonna say the old Halo Pro, the Halo Pro, and watching players like him excel and get so good, so damn fast. It's like, oh my God, man. Like, there's a lot of new people coming to the scene, and this game is blowing up. When you rate this game against other esports titles, this game is always climbing that ladder. So I would say that competition from this point on is just gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna be amazing, and that I wanna see more faces at these minors.
That's awesome. That's so sick to hear, man. But Velly, we are out of time, so thank you so much for calling in today and sharing your knowledge with us. Keep killing it on that mic, and we'll be talking to you soon, all right?
Most definitely. First, if I could say one last thing, I really want to thank you guys for bringing me in, talking about Rainbow Six Siege, one of my loves. Hearts to you too, man. But I want to thank you guys. I love your show. I watch it a lot. I know Marissa's not there, but shout out to Marissa. I miss you. We work together in Toronto. But yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your show, and hopefully I can see you again soon.
Awesome, bless. We'll just make sure we don't show her that. We can't praise Marissa at all. Anyways, don't go anywhere, because that wasn't nearly enough FPS action. We're going to chat about the ECS Season 7 Finals in just 1 second, so while you get ready, why don't you check out these highlights.
Extra $300 per kill. That's what he's going to be trying to get. That is an extra smoke grenade or HE or flashbang. Let's see if he can get anything else done here. That's beautiful. It's a 1 versus 2 now. Surely not. There's no way that Keisaratu can turn this into a winnable situation. There's still 2 players there. Flashbang out. Goes for another peek. Apex turns away. Can't quite find it. There it is. Alex Lossman standing! Keisaratu! Would you believe it?
Taking down Apex. All of the advantage gone now. It's on Saiwu to try and save it. He's picked up the one, almost chasing him through the smoke. That would have been it. He's got a minute. He can go a lot of places with this.
He could go towards A still. He could bait this out. They're both towards short. Breezy's low as well. And these are the sort of rounds Saiwu is a specialist in. Oh, the grenade is beautiful. Oh, he's going to line them up. He's done it! You know there's nothing left, but still they walk outside. It's so sick. And that's also, what's going on? How is he alive? No! It's now down to a 3 versus 2, with the bomb is ticking at some pace now. Flashbang, incredibly useful for them. Zipex, not really in an ideal position. He'll be taken down. The P250 to finish off the job here. Oh my God, through the smoke!
Oh, he unscopes at the wrong time. Stereo frag for Furia. What the hell is going on? Suddenly it's a 1 versus 2 for Yuri. He's got a sound cue, he sees the trajectory. He knows where Gade is, roughly one of the 2 players remaining. He's looking for the frag. This is charging in 1 by 1. And now it's 1v1. They could play the bomb, but they chose to try and play timing instead, and now it's just Gay to try and defend this.
Yuri creeping forwards. Oh, he's nailed it! Now he sees 1 player towards that position, and AZ's going to pick up the kill on Vinny, so North off to a good start. AZ, another frag. It's looking really difficult here for Furia. AZ, he's got himself all 5. That is incredible.
One of the most overlooked positions in CSGO. We'll see if Dax thinks about it. He does. Should be a trade hit for Ethan. Oh my God, how is he getting away with this? Oh, Saiwu! He has found 3, make it 4!
He's waiting for him to emerge from the other side. This is looking pretty grim here. Our force forward is with it. Oh, he hits another one. That is fantastic. Swaps out for the AK-47.
We'll move into the angle, but Keisaratu might look the wrong way. Apex, can he deliver the kill? He can! Vitality win ECS Season 7 Finals, London 2019.
CSGO actually never stops, man, and the ECS Season 7 was no exception. Zerk, we talked a lot of CSGO over the last few weeks, but let's spend a little bit of time now just to dive into some of these teams. I want you to start me off with Furia, because they're still on a roll right now.
Yeah, this team just came out of pretty much nowhere and then just started wrecking the scene.
Why?
Yeah. I have no idea. It's just one of those. No, I think their gameplay is so just like out of the pace of the current CS:GO meta, because like Art's gameplay is so different. Like he is very aggressive. He always takes crazy angles, and like he does pushes that most of the time in like a regular standard professional game doesn't make any sense. Like he is their main opera and their IGL, but he plays so just out of. It's weird. I've never seen, like sometimes I'm like, what is he doing? And then he just gets 3 frags because he's so just, again, out of this world.
Yeah, so usually an IGL is using the other guys as his chess pieces. Do you feel like he's kind of using them as a bodyguard to let him do stuff?
Yeah, a little bit. So there's a lot of gameplay with this team where Art is kind of off in the side. He's doing something else, like he's usually doing a flank or something like that. But then in this tournament in particular, K Serrato was also just phenomenal. He's played probably the best tournament in his life. There was a crazy pistol balcony shot that just like, what the heck? This guy was jumping off and he just flicks and catches the guy's head in midair, and he just popped out this entire tournament. So with this guy in the back and then Art just doing Art things, like they just completely took over this tournament. Completely just annihilated.
We'll see if they can keep doing that. Another team that's usually been doing good, Astralis, but they've been slowing down lately.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if, like, what's going on with them right now?
So they took a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
They missed a bunch
skipping some tournaments.
A lot of tournaments. They mainly played in like BPL and stuff like that, which is a lot of you know, money. But you know, this is a team that's second in the HLTV rankings. Unfortunately, with this performance, they cannot take on Team Liquid for that top 1 spot because, you know, they didn't perform that well.
Yeah.
But this is still a team that is incredible. You know, we can't really sleep on Astralis because they're just one of those teams that just when they're on, they're on. Unfortunately, in this tournament, there wasn't as much cohesion. Usually Astralis is a very utility heavy team, and like a lot of their plays revolve around a lot of that, like, oh, we're gonna throw a grenade into this one spot because we know exactly that this guy is holding this angle because, I don't know, they do their research, I guess. I have no idea, but they're just one of those teams. But that Astralis wasn't here in this tournament, unfortunately. But, you know, we can't sleep on them. They're still a very, very, very good team.
Okay, another team that you can't sleep on right now, because I think Moses has been talking about a lot too, is Complexity now with OBO, or Obo, sorry.
Yeah, Obo.
Yeah, so how's he looking now with the team?
So this guy is 15 years old. Gets signed into a pro CSGO team. The game is 3 years older than he is.
That's weird because, like, usually you'd think you'd have to be 18 in a game like that, right? To play it. But
You're right.
15, that's
15.
not, you got to be really good then.
Yeah,
people are willing to sign.
like freakishly good, because this barely happens, and especially in CSGO where we know that the barrier of entry is so high, and like any of the pros, and most of the pros have been playing for at least 10 years, right? Like this is a scene that is established. Everybody has been in this for the longest time, and then this kid comes out of nowhere and starts fragging. And this, and as you said, Moses called him a potential franchise player.
Yeah.
He has so much potential. Starting as 15, playing against the top competition already, imagine that is. What can this kid do in like 3 years?
I'm just wondering if you know he's gonna fall off. Is it too early to sign someone like that?
Yeah,
right?
but the future is bright. Like from this tournament, they seemed like they could potentially, you know, like take on the top teams, but. Only time will tell. This is the honeymoon phase for the current Complexity roster at the moment with OBO.
All right, so now we've only got 2 minutes left, but this is FPS Friday, so we should probably talk about CWL coming up, CW London. Do you want to give us a bit of a preview on what we're expecting to see?
So this is a very interesting tournament for Optic because they have to prove themselves worthy of staying as Optic. Because as we know, Immortals, you know, and Optic has combined, so Immortals have MIBR, who can only have one team. So Optic might, you know, either they have an option in either keeping their CWL team together as Optic, and the players have to prove that they are worthy of keeping the Optic brand because they are, you know, the top team for the longest time, and it's like a legacy. So it's really they have to like show up here. Unfortunately, 100 Thieves is also in the and they won the last major, so it's going to be a very interesting tournament. We have to see because also LG is kind of not in the game with Gunless sitting out, and they are playing with the sub at the moment. So we have to see all these mid-range team, fight for this potential fourth and third spot.
So at Anaheim, not London, by the way. Do you think 100 Thieves can defend us? Like, what are your feeling with them going in? Like, are you confident?
We will see. I really want Optic to win because they are just like
who doesn't, right?
yeah. But at the same time, 100 Thieves as an underdog story is also not really underdog because they won the last tournament. Yeah. So this is just a crazy storyline. We have to see.
Looking at the fan base in general too is like, I mean, 100 Thieves is starting to step up there as one of the fan favorites.
Yeah,
and potentially maybe overtaking Optic at some point, especially with a potential rebrand in the future.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So this is definitely a tournament. If you are a COD fan, this is a tournament that you have to tune into because we don't know what could happen. Everything is up in the air. But I feel like every COD event is always like this. There's so many roster changes
right.
every single event. So it's going to be lit.
All right, I'm putting my tablet down because we're out of time right now. That's it, Zark. Thank you so much for walking me through the world of FPS. And of course, thanks to Velly for calling in. We are done, for the week, but definitely tune in on Monday for a whole dose of Squad. Till then, check out our socials at Squad State, and we'll see you then.
Thanks, guys, for dropping all that FPS knowledge. I feel smarter now, but I doubt that it will actually apply in-game. All right, shout-outs to Red Bull for fueling us in the green room. As always, we'll be back on Monday at 1 p.m. playing games again, and then back that night at 8 p.m. with the brand new Unmuted and a League of Legends edition of Esports in 30. Until then, you can catch us on all our socials at Squad State. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.